Hey there, Ray from Bridge Marina, doing a review and wet test on this 2010 Four Winns SL222. This is a boat of one of our guests, and really just a really cool boat that's up for sale. Back in the 10s, they made a few of these, and they were really just a unique model. We had a few of these that we service, and this would be one of them. As we go through this is just really a great model from Four Winns. This is sort of like a crossover, bow rider, deck boat, ski boat they put together back in 10. That really just is a fun layout. As you look here, just in the cockpit, there's just a lot going on. It has this L-shaped seating in here with both the captain and co-captain's chair that flips back and forth to look forward or aft to make this whole seating area in here. And we'll put it in a couple minutes, but there's also a seat that goes in here with a transom walkthrough, making a lot of seating in this stern compartment. And again, this boat's only 22 feet long, to kind of give you an idea of length and space. There's a lot of space in this boat, a lot going on. So I'm going to go all the way to the stern or the transom right now just to check things out here. Again, big walk-through platform. This boat was meant for, doing water sports, having a lot of fun on the lake before folks got into ski boats too much. So huge swim platform out here. I mean, this thing measures, got to be a solid 3 feet in length. Nice padding on it. Again, this thing is pre-owned, so it has some hours on it and it has some use in it. Also has an aft-facing seat. Now, not necessarily for water sports, because it's really not a great spot to sit, because this is an inboard-outboard, but if you're out here swimming or hanging out, it's just a comfortable seat. This also has, again, a jump seat that goes in here on the port side, as well as this converts to a full sun deck, which is pretty cool. But just at the stern of the boat, think how much we got here. Cup holders, sun pad, huge swim platform, real deep reaching ladder, which Four Winns still uses to the day. Speaker controls out here, as well as speakers facing aft on the boat. Really just a well thought out, fully functioning boat. Has a full wakeboard tower on it with racks over here on the port side, as well as with bimini top enclosure fore and aft. So you get really good coverage from the back seat to the windscreen with this bimini top. And of course, it's the right height, just about the right height. I'm just about 6 foot, just caught my hat. So they set it up correctly. The other cool thing about this cockpit is when you get over here on the port side, on my co-captain's chair, it's like, I feel like I'm in an automobile. Glove box, or its own drawer over here, place to keep all my stuff, and it's just comfortable. Nice little grab handle, foothold, and of course, I also have a bolster over here, a full bolster, pops up, so as co-captain, I've got a great perspective here as well. Quite honestly, you could almost sit two on here. Definitely adult and their kid for sure could fit in this seat if you wanted to. As I mentioned, if you were, you guys are all driving around, you're fully enclosed, you can see around the windscreen. It's great for these shoulder seasons, fall or spring. And then I could also, if I wanted to, pop it the other way and hang back and watch folks doing water sports. It'd be great too. So if you're the mom or dad that's the spotter, this is a great spot to kind of watch the kids or family doing water sports, which is pretty cool. One of the neat things this boat does has that I want to point out is it has heat, which is a rare option on an inboard outboard, but it does have heat. So this thing was meant for folks to use for water sports when you get into sort of the colder days of, it's fall or spring. You can throw heat on in here, which works off the engine, which is pretty cool. Work our way all the way to the bow. I do want you to notice just how wide it is to get up to the bow. Then when I'm up here, it has a rather full bow area. This is probably the start of the conversion boats or the crossover boats where they have a nice wide bow, reasonably deep. Again, not as deep as it could be. It is only a 22 footer, but I'm nearly 6 feet tall and I can sit here pretty comfortably. Fully padded around the entire bow, nice grab handles. And again, the neat thing about these is, you can kind of sit wherever you want. It's got a backrest or combing here, so that regardless how people sit here, it's pretty comfortable, including if you're doing water sports and somebody wants to sit at the bow, they can watch folks doing water sports from the bow too. Speakers in here as well. Storage under both the seats, as you'd imagine. It's hinged, port and starboard. This seat also lifts up, again, for more storage underneath if you like. And then of course it does have a bow or a forward ladder, as well as anchor storage up here as well, which is great. The other nice thing when you get in these kind of boats and you have a decent sized deck, this is great for boarding. If you're getting on and off the dock someplace, it's nice to have this. Boat does have snap-in carpeting throughout, or snap-in seaweave, which was again unique for its age. So this is not carpet, it's sort of like the current seaweave you see in a lot of boats or pontoon boats. Really an all-around great boat. Windscreen is super heavy, high quality, you can tell. Four Winns really made a nice boat, even back in 2010. And when you get up to the helm, it just feels comfortable. Big wide seat, just like the port side. I'd say it is a little bit tight, so if you're a bit taller, you're gonna find it a little bit congested for you. But again, I'm about 6 foot. It does just feel snug in here. Great armrest on the coaming over here on the starboard side. This thing is powered by a Volvo Penta duo prop, 300 horsepower, fuel injected. Really, boat is gonna have some getup. We're gonna do a review out in the water in a couple minutes to get this thing running. Everything sits at the right spot. Again, this is a 2010. It does have a GPS chart plotter on it, but it's an older version. You may want to upgrade that. It does have depth finder. I mentioned it does have heat, full instrumentation, docking lights on it, all your normal stuff, dimmer lights, interior lights. Has a Sony CD player on it. You might want to upgrade that in the near future. Again, this is a 2010, being offered at a very reasonable price, considering its age, and this does include a trailer. A couple other things to notice. Again, nice little glove box over here for the driver. Again, I don't know, did we have cell phones in 2010? I guess we did, not like today, but which is nice. You can put your cell phone in here or up here in the helm. A couple other unique features on this. It does come with its own compass. Again, not unique for most boats. If you take a look at the way they engineered this windscreen block, you can see how they have this connecting rod between the two. Really just thinking well about these things, not having to reach forward and do both. You can just get them both with one shot. Really smart thinking with that one. In regards to some other things that the helm, it does have digital and analog gauges. Here's a multi-gauge. This will also show me tachometer, engine temperature, oil pressure, trim levels, depth finder, 2 depth finders actually. A couple others, some of my fuel tanks, voltmeter. Shows all my digital gauges as well as analog on here, which is great for a boat of this age. All right, well, we're finally out in the open water. We're gonna put this thing up on plane and take this for a little bit of a wet test and see how she runs. And again, it's a V8 Volvo dual prop. Oh, and as expected, hops right to plane. Again, that's what this hull was designed for, was to get to plane. It's really designed for a lot of water sports, whether it be tubing or wakeboarding. She throws a nice wave as well. And it's holding plane at a low speed, so we're probably about 15 miles an hour. And I really have a good field of vision in front of me because just the way the boat's designed. Now, I also imagine this speed is going to handle the turns rather well. Again, with this V8, this is what it's designed for, and you can just feel it. It's just holding its speed right at about 15 miles an hour. So for those of you looking for a boat that you can do a lot of wakeboarding on, this would be a good boat for you. It creates a nice wave. This doesn't have ballast in it, but it still makes a nice wave. And it really is maintaining plane at a comfortable speed. Now, for those of you who might just be out running this boat around, I'm just going to kick up the speed just a little bit, and it quickly jumps right up to 20 miles an hour. You know, I'm just really confident here. Got the trim all the way down, so I'm just going to adjust it up. Relatively calm down here. Let's just turn it around and go into our own wave. And again, carves the waters. We're going to get a little more aggressive in a minute on this, just to have a little more fun. Just running back to your own waves. Very solid ride on this. Like I said, a lot of fun if you had to go back and pick up a steer, or if you just want to have fun with this thing. It is a sporty boat. Really good build quality on it because I can feel it as I'm cutting through my own wave. It's pretty substantial. And as far as legs, it definitely has legs on it. You know, we're up past mid-30s right now. Trimming it out a little bit, around 40, 45. That's about 42 or so actually is where it's going to top out. I would expect it a little bit more. Again, this thing is a dual prop, dragging a lot of weight in. I'm really confident. Jumped right up to the 40 mile an hour mark. Back again, it's probably sweet point is just sitting here right around, you know, right on plane, 20 miles an hour. Confident cruiser. So, you know, if you got a large lake, you're just cruising a lake on a busy day, I think it's going to handle it well. So again, I'm sitting here about 17 miles an hour with a really good field of vision in front of me. And I can feel a lot of hull in the water. This boat will handle a wave rather well. This SL222 by Four Winns really is a great overall boat. So if you're looking to get into a boat that lets you do a lot of water sports, lets you have a lot of fun, it's got a little punch to it, it'll be a great fit for you. You know, if it's not buying a boat isn't for you, or you need a different boat, we've got tons of them. Or maybe you're looking for some education or training or renting a boat, or maybe even joining your boating club, whatever it is. We're here for you. I look forward to coming out for this test drive, and I'm going to spin around a little bit more in this beautiful day. See you soon.